I slammed the door shut, tears streaming down my face, my hands shaking as I clutched the eviction notice. "You owe me everything." My mom's words echoed in my head like a curse. But that day, I whispered to myself, "No more." What happened next? It shattered our family forever. You know that feeling when someone you love more than anything turns out to be your biggest enemy? That's my mom for you. Growing up, it was just the two of us. Dad left when I was 5, and Mom never let me forget it. "I sacrificed everything for you," she'd say, her voice heavy with that mix of love and guilt. "Without me, you'd be nothing." And I believed her. Every word. I was her little girl, her everything. She'd work 2 jobs to keep food on the table, come home exhausted, and I'd rub her feet while she told stories about how she gave up her dreams to raise me. "You're my world, sweetie," she'd whisper, pulling me into a hug that made me feel safe, like nothing could touch us. As I got older, that bond turned into something heavier. I started working at 16, flipping burgers after school, and I'd hand over half my paycheck to help with bills. "That's what family does," Mom would say with a smile, kissing my forehead. It felt right. I wanted to make her proud. College? I skipped it to stay close, got a job at a local diner, then climbed up to manager. Every promotion, every extra shift, it was for her. "You owe me, remember?" She'd tease lightly, but there was always that edge, like a reminder hanging in the air. We were tight. Holidays were just us, laughing over turkey and pie, sharing secrets late into the night. She'd tell me about her tough childhood, how her own mom abandoned her, and I'd swear I'd never do that. "I'll always take care of you, Mom," I'd promise, and she'd beam like I'd given her the moon. I bought her little gifts, a new coat, tickets to a show, and she'd hug me tight, saying, "You're the best daughter anyone could ask for." It made my heart swell. I thought we had this unbreakable thing. But cracks started showing. Subtle at first. Like when I saved up for a down payment on my own place. I was excited, dreaming of a little apartment with a view. I told Mom over dinner, my eyes lighting up. She paused, fork midair, then set it down slowly. "You're leaving me? After all I've done." Her voice cracked, and guilt hit me like a wave. I thought we'd always be together. "You know I can't afford this house alone." I froze. She looked so hurt, so small. "Mom, it's not like that," I said, reaching for her hand. "I'll still help out." She nodded, but her eyes were distant. That night, I lay awake, wondering if I was being selfish. Maybe she was right. Maybe I did owe her. Things got weirder after that. I'd noticed money missing from my purse, small amounts, 20s here and there. Must have miscounted, I'd tell myself. Then came the credit card bill. Charges I didn't make. Spa days, shopping sprees. My stomach dropped when I saw the statement. I confronted her gently. "Mom, did you use my card?" She looked up from the couch, innocent as pie. "Oh honey, I needed a pick-me-up." "You don't mind, do you? After all, what's yours is mine. We're family." I swallowed hard, forcing a smile. "Just ask next time, okay?" But inside, something twisted. Was this normal? Or was I starting to see the real her? It built up slowly. She'd call me at work, demanding I come home early because she was lonely. If I said no, she'd cry, "You don't love me anymore." I'd rush over, heart racing, only to find her fine, watching TV with a glass of wine. "See? You do care," she'd say, patting the seat next to her. I felt trapped, like I was drowning in her needs. But I pushed it down. She's my mom. She raised me alone. I owe her. Then came the day that changed everything. I was at work, buried in paperwork, when my phone buzzed. A text from my best friend. "Hey, saw your mom at the casino. She okay?" Casino? Mom hated gambling. Said it was for fools. I laughed it off at first, but curiosity gnawed at me. That evening, I drove by the place on my way home. There she was, through the window, laughing at a slot machine, stack of chips in front of her. My chips? My money? I sat in the car, gripping the wheel, a cold dread settling in. How long had this been going on? What else was she hiding? Little did I know, this was just the tip of the iceberg. The real betrayal was about to hit, and it would break me wide open. I couldn't shake it off. That image of mom at the casino burned in my mind like a bad dream. The next day, I called in sick to work, first time ever, and decided to dig deeper. My hands trembled as I logged into my bank account on the computer. What I saw made my blood run cold. Thousands gone. Not just from my checking, but my savings too. Transfers I didn't make, all to her name. This can't be real, I whispered, scrolling through the transactions. Dates matched up with her errands or girls' nights out. I felt sick, like the ground was crumbling under me. How could she? I was her daughter, not some ATM. I confronted her that night. She was in the kitchen, humming while stirring soup, like everything was normal. Mom, we need to talk, I said, my voice steady but my heart pounding. She turned, smile fading when she saw my face. I laid out the bank statements on the table. What's this? You've been taking my money. She glanced at them, then back at me, eyes wide. Honey, it's not what you think. I was borrowing. I'd pay you back. Borrowing? Without asking? I pressed harder. Thousands, Mom. For what? The casino. Her face paled. She sank into a chair, covering her face. I have a problem, okay? Gambling. It started small, but I needed help. You were always so good with money. I figured you'd understand. Understand? Rage bubbled up. You stole from me. After everything I've given you. She started crying then, big sobs that shook her shoulders. You owe me, remember? I raised you alone. Gave up my life. This house, the clothes on your back. It's all because of me. Her words hit like punches. Owe her? For being my mom? I stood there, frozen, as she kept going. If you leave now, you'll regret it. You're nothing without me. It was like a veil lifted. All those years of guilt tripping, the demands, the sacrifices she threw in my face. It wasn't love. It was control. Manipulation. I felt the betrayal sink in deep, twisting my gut. I stormed out, drove around for hours, tears blurring the road. How had I been so blind? I'd given her everything, my time, my money, my dreams, and she'd taken it all, like it was her right. That night, alone in a cheap motel because I couldn't face going home, I hit rock bottom. Curled up on the stiff bed, I sobbed until my throat hurt. Memories flashed. Her hugs that felt warm but now seemed like traps. The way she'd make me feel guilty for wanting my own life. You're my world, she'd say, but really I was her lifeline. Her bankroll. I felt used, broken, empty. What now? I whispered into the dark. No job could fix this hurt. No apology could erase the theft. I thought about walking away forever, changing my number, disappearing. But something inside me shifted. A spark of anger, hot and fierce. No, she didn't get to win. Not after this. The turning point came at dawn. I sat up, wiped my eyes, and stared at my reflection in the mirror. Puffy eyes, messy hair, but there was steel in there. Enough, I said out loud. She thinks I owe her everything? Fine. I'll show her what happens when I stop giving. My mind raced with plans. First, protect myself. Change the locks? No, it was her house. But wait, was it? I'd been paying the mortgage for years. My name was on the deed too, from when she gifted me half to avoid taxes. A loophole? Maybe. I'd freeze my accounts, cut off the money flow. But that wasn't enough. She needed to feel the weight of what she'd done. Justice, not just escape. I grabbed my phone, searched for lawyers. Family law, financial abuse, I typed. Results popped up, stories like mine, daughters fighting back against toxic parents. It fueled me. I wasn't alone. This was my fight now. By morning, I had a plan. I'd gather evidence. Bank records, texts where she demanded cash, even that casino sighting. I'd confront her one last time, but on my terms. No more tears from me. Just cold facts. And if she didn't come clean, I'd take it further. Legal action. Eviction if needed. It scared me, the thought of tearing our family apart. But what family? This was survival. I drove home with a fire in my belly, ready to flip the script. She had no idea what was coming. The woman she'd raised to be loyal was about to become her reckoning. I pulled up to the house, my childhood home that now felt like a prison. Mom's car was there, lights on inside. I took a deep breath, clutching the folder of evidence. Bank statements, screenshots, even a witness statement from my friend about the casino. My lawyer had hooked me up quick. Turns out financial abuse by a parent is a thing, and we had options. Hit her where it hurts, he'd said. The wallet and the pride. I knocked once, then let myself in. She was on the couch, wine in hand, flipping channels. Back already? Knew you couldn't stay mad, she said, not even looking up. Oh, she had no clue. I sat across from her, voice calm as steel. Mom, this ends now. You've been stealing from me for years. Gambling it away. Guilt-tripping me into giving more. Her head snapped up, eyes narrowing. What are you talking about? I raised you. I slid the folder over. Proof. Transfers, charges, all of it. My name's on the deed too. You put it there to dodge taxes, remember? That means I own half this house. She flipped through the pages, face going from shock to fury. You ungrateful brat. After everything? You owe me your life. I leaned in, meeting her glare. No, Mom. Being a parent isn't a debt I have to pay forever. You chose to have me. I didn't ask for this. She exploded then, yelling about sacrifices, how I'd be nothing without her. But I didn't budge. Here's the deal, I said. You get help for the gambling. Therapy, whatever. And you pay me back, every cent. Or I take you to court. Eviction. Liens on the house. The works. Her mouth opened and closed like a fish. You wouldn't dare. I stood up. Try me. I've already filed the preliminary papers. It was a bluff on the timing, but it landed. She crumpled, tears coming again, but this time, they didn't move me. Why are you doing this? She whispered. Because I love myself more than your lies, I said softly. And maybe deep down, I still love you enough to make you face this. The next weeks were a whirlwind. She checked into a program, reluctantly, but she did. I changed the locks, moved my stuff out, got my own place. No more helping with bills. I froze joint accounts, got my finances straight. When she called begging for cash, I said no. Firm. Earn it yourself, Mom. Like I did. It hurt, hearing her voice crack, but each no built me stronger. The lawyer helped me recover some money through small claims. Not all, but enough to feel like justice. She sold some jewelry to pay bits back, grumbling the whole time. Our talks turned tense, then civil. She admitted the addiction, how it started after Dad left. I was scared, she said one day over coffee. Scared of being alone. I nodded. I get it. But you can't drag me down with you. Looking back, that betrayal shattered me, but it rebuilt me too. I started therapy myself, unpacked the guilt she'd piled on. Now I have boundaries. A life that's mine, friends, a better job, even dating someone who sees me, not what I can give. Mom and I, we're mending slow. She works part-time now, pays her own way. No more you owe me. It's freeing. If you're out there, drowning in a parent's demands, hear this. You don't owe anyone your soul. Stand up. Fight back. It might break things, but sometimes that's how you heal. And trust me, the other side, it's worth every tear.